Here we go. Armwood and Putney. We'll jump it up. GW home goal, blue numbers. UMass traveling red, white numbers. Crowd is ready. We're ready. Sit back and enjoy some GW basketball. Ball's in the air, controlled by UMass, going right to left. Chaz Williams quickly attacks the basket for a layup. That did not take long at all. We've talked about how he's going to have a quick step. It's going to be a great matchup between Joe McDonald and Chaz Williams. Went back in his defensive stance and slapped the floor. Here comes Creek quickly the other way. He answers with the first two of the night.
Two seniors coming out and making a statement for both of the programs. Basically, UMass is going to follow Chaz, and Mo Creek, being in big games before, coming from Indiana, playing top 25 teams a lot, is coming here to make a statement as well, saying, hey, it's going to be a dogfight tonight.
GW comes out in the man-to-man. Williams up top, guarded by Joe McDonald. Now on the near side, Carter trying to go baseline underneath. Loses it, but back to Williams at the top of the key. Will reset with 12 to shoot. Williams going to go back door to Gordon, up underneath. His layup doesn't go. Armwood quick rebound for the Colonials, right off to McDonald, and here he comes pushing the other way. Nice bounce pass underneath to Kevin Larson. His shot is blocked into the hands of Chaz Williams. Back the other way. He's not going to give it up. Oh, and he does. But it's knocked out of bounds. He tried to give it to Carter. Should he have just taken that up? He had it, didn't he?
He should have just taken it up, but I think he's also, it's the psychology of it too. He also knows that he can go in, he can shoot the ball anytime he wants to be aggressive when he wants to, but he wants to involve his players early and get them going as well, because he also knows as a smart senior that he cannot win this game by himself.
Okay. 2-2 early on here. McDonald will walk it up, working on Chaz Williams. Colonials going left to right. Whistle on the far side. Carino looks like he was held by Putney underneath. Do you like the statement right away? Williams on the first possession, and then Creek coming back the other way saying, you know what, we're both here to play.
We're both seniors. We're both looking to get into this tournament, and we're both looking to make a statement.
McDonald, a quick inbounds on the block to Larson, back out to Joe McDonald. They'll play catch, give and go. Larson now on the blocks with the right hand, backing it down, nowhere to go. Turnaround jumper, front rim, no good. Into the hands of Gordon, who will bring it up for UMass. Colonial still in the man-to-man. Here comes Williams on the near side. Down to Cali Lane, back out to Williams. To cutting Carter. He loses it into Garino's hands. Mike Lonigan wants to push. Garino doesn't see it. Now off to McDonald as they cross the timeline. 18:15 to go here. First half, 2-2. Screen out high by Armwood. The roll to Armwood. He attacks up. Right-handed shot, short. No good. Into the hands of Carter. Back comes Chaz Williams. And UMass, quick first step. Nice cutoff defense by McDonald. Hands it off to Gordon, now back to Carter. Nice transition defense that time by McDonald.
McDonald knows he just needs to stay in front of Chaz. You got to make Chaz basically hit the jump shots. And you want him shooting early, because the more bad decisions that Chaz makes,
Carter attacks and a whistle underneath by Armwood. They're going to get him with a block. Fans don't like it.
Tough call. Go both ways.
So Carter will go to the line.
McDonald.
What's your thought on that McDonald defense?
No, McDonald just needs to stay in front of Chaz and make him shoot the ball. The more shots he takes, the less he gets his teammates involved, and the more chances of miss. You know, it's rare that you see a pure shooter that can knock it down. He would have to be very proficient out there to really make them change the defense up. So McDonald, even though he's hurting a little bit, just needs to stay in front of him just to test every shot.
Carter missed the first, hits the second, 74% free throw shooter. 3-2, UMass lead, 17:40 to go here first half. McDonald between his legs will walk it up on Chaz Williams. To Larson at the elbow. Gave it away, turnover to Putney.
A little jitters early.
Back to Williams. Now on the far side, Putney will hand it back off to Gordon up top. Gonna go with the left hand. Now kicks it on the near side to Carter, back to Williams. 22 to shoot. McDonald steps out on him. Chaz Williams, 5'9" guard. Up top to Putney. Now Garino steps way out on him. 12 to shoot. He's gonna look to take Garino off the dribble. Nice help. Oh, he traveled, didn't he? Yes, he did.
A lot of the decision makers are going to be made by Chaz. Chaz is going to be trying to lead the way here, and the ball's going to be in his hands a lot. That's the difference between GW, though. GW has a lot of guys that can make decisions with the ball. Larson, you see at the top of the key, Garino, McDonald, and also Mo Creek also can make decisions with the ball. It's going to be interesting to how that plays out.
Colonial basketball attacking the basket to our right. Garino on the blocks to Armwood. He wants to back down Carter. That's a nice little mismatch there. Back out to Garino. Top of the key three. Garino no good. Larson taps the ball up off the glass. No good. Then knocks it out of bounds. It will be UMass basketball. You like the shot at the top of the key. He's open. That's what he wants, right?
If you're open, shoot the ball. You're open. You got it. The only question is you just got to knock it down. But the more attempts, you're going to get the better at it. There's a lot of jitters right now. I know both coaches went into the locker room to try to amp up their players, so that's why you see a lot of travels and a lot of tips and touches here. But the key here is just basically just getting settled in. The first team to get settled in is going to be better off.
16:28 to go here, first half. 3-2 UMass lead. Chaz Williams and UMass with the basketball. With the left-handed dribble, he's going to go right around the screen. McDonald, nice pickup. Back to Carter. He'll try a three and hit it over Armwood. Carter steps out. The 6'8" big fella can shoot the three.
Once again, the ball is in Chaz's hand, and he's creating for his players. That's his role on the team. Everything's going to go through him.
McDonald stepped over the backcourt. That's a turnover. So McDonald and the Colonials turn it over. Here comes Miguel Cartagena, who's going to check in for Joe McDonald. Early substitution.
I think the substitution basically is to just get Cartagena here, just to calm down. You know, they're going to pressure you a little bit, but also Lonergan wants pressure on Chaz here. If you can put pressure on him, they get him to make mistakes. If not, he's too calm back there with the ball.
Cartagena working on Williams. Doesn't come over his screen. Williams will pull up a three. Doesn't go into Garino's hands. He's out in front. Doesn't have numbers, but he's going to take it himself. Finger roll layup is good. Garino attacks the basket. Doesn't waste any time. Back the other way. UMass not wasting any time. Gordon has it stripped into the hands of Cartagena. Bounce pass on the right side to Garino. He goes up. He's fouled. Transition basketball. And Garino will go to the line for two.
And this is exactly what GW wants.
Smith center, 6'4", UMass with the lead, 15:38 to go towards Wallace, Chris Monroe. Courtside, grade A-10 matchup for you this afternoon. And Chris, we've seen GW get up and down the floor right now, which led to the Garino attacking the basket. They're going to go to the free throw line. GW wants to play up and down as much as they can, don't they?
Yeah, I kind of want to call it, what I was trying to say is creative chaos, because, you know, there's order in it. GW sees the order and other teams don't. Okay. So basically, GW wants you to take bad shots and turn that into a fast break. They want to get an up and down game with you because their guys really are ahead in experience with themselves. Garino doesn't play like a sophomore, you know. Larson doesn't play like a sophomore, so they understand a fast break game, and I think that's where they thrive.
Garino hits both free throws. The sophomore 56% free throw shooter ties this game at 6. Cartagena still in the game right now, guarding Chaz Williams. Definitely. Now up top to Carter. Garino tries to step in. He does. He takes it from him, and then he draws a foul. Heads up play by Patricio Garino. He saw something there as Samson Carter put the ball on the floor, figures he could reach in and do it, and draw the foul too on the other end.
Like I was saying earlier.
He gambled though.
Yeah, he did. That he did, but he's their best defender.
Yeah.
And in that, you want him to be in there disturbing and put his hands in the passing lane.
There comes Cartagena in the Colonial offense. 15:20 to go first half. Nemanja Mikic has checked in the ball game now from Maurice Creek. Garino up top. Now Mikic on the right side, dumps it on the right, blocks to Larson, swinging the basketball around the perimeter. Now Armwood up under with the right hand. Baby hook doesn't go. Larson with the follow on the right hand, and it's 8-6 Colonials on the offensive glass.
Love the way Larson always was on the offensive glass, and they work well. Both Armwood and Larson have different games. One's more face-up, one's more back to the basket, but they read each other well with the high-low.
Substitutions now for UMass as Chaz Williams quickly attacks the basket, misses the layup into the hands of Kevin Larson. Actually, Esho in the game along with Trey Davis, their top two guys off the bench. Now Cartagena with an 8-6 lead. UMass still in that man-to-man, crossover dribble in the corner now to Mikic. He'll get out of there, thought about a three, the blocks to Larson. To Cartagena. Back to Larson, give and go, out high to Mikic. He'll try a three, back rim, no good. Larson fighting on the offensive glass. He's working hard down there, gets the ball, it's out of bounds, it stays Colonial basketball. He's going 1-on-2 on that offensive glass.
That's what they need him to do. As he occupies more people down on the glass, that leaves Isaiah Armwood to crash from the weak side.
Substitutions, Maurice Creek back in for Mikic, Armwood out, Capriva in for UMass. We're getting our first look at Tyler Bergantino, a sophomore from Springfield, Florida. Spring Hill, Florida, I should say. Cartagena to inbound to Creek in front of the UMass bench. 8-6 Colonial lead, fresh 35. Cartagena looks back at Mike Lonigan for instruction. He'll run the offense. Gonna get a high screen from Larson. Now the roll, there's Larson. Free throw, jumper, back rim, no good. Rebound, UMass and Derek Gordon.
Tough shot, but he can hit that.
Gordon attacks the basket, right hand layup. Chaz Williams again, slowed it down, gave it to Gordon, coming on his left side. That's quickness.
He saw him in his peripheral and handed it off to him while he was in motion. That's tough to stop.
Especially with that head of steam, right?
Yeah. You can't get in front of the guy to take a charge or anything like that. I mean, he had a straight lane to the basket.
Here's Larson now, on the blocks, working on Esho. Back him down, kicks it back out. Garino, he'll attack with the right hand. Finger roll, Garino, high off the glass. And it's 10-8 Colonials. He saw a first step there and took it back quickly the other way. Is Derek Gordon back to Davis. Now Esho at the top of the key. Esho, 6'8". Working on Capriva, now Williams. Still Cartagena, right up in him. Goes underneath the screen. Now right side to Trey Davis. 15 to shoot. Here's Esho, up under in the lane. Finger roll, or I should say turnaround. Hook shot is no good. Cartagena in his hands for the Colonials. He's working on Chaz Williams. Hands the ball off the Creek. On the right side. They'll settle down. Now Larson at the top. Gonna give it to Carino. Coming off of a curl. Underneath. Capriva tries to go under. He's lost in no man's land under there. That's blocked and it's out of bounds. And I believe we're going to get a foul on Capriva. He can't get under there and not know what you did, where you're going, right?
It's tough, but what I take away from what GW did. They did a great job moving the ball, keeping UMass moving. They still had a great opportunity. They got the shot where they wanted to. It was just that UMass played great defense and had a shot blocker down there.
Joe McDonald checks back in for Cartagena, and Kevin Larson takes a seat. Armwood back in. He liked a few minutes there from Cartagena working on Chaz Williams, basically shut him down.
He definitely did. But even though Cartagena was in there, Chaz found a way to get the offense through him. And just what he just did is this.
He gives it off to Gordon. Missed the running one-hander into the hands of Maurice Creek. Nice pass ahead to Armwood. Two hands, fills the lane, throws it down, gets the crowd on its feet. 12-8 Colonials.
Senior to senior. Way to find each other, way to get each other going.
Here comes Davis. Garino again. Patricio Garino playing a heck of a defensive game right now. Hands it off to Gordon. Gets a screen now to Davis at the top. Garino recovers nicely, but Gordon attacks with the left hand. Is that a situation where Garino didn't want him to shoot that three, right?
No, he didn't want him to shoot a three. He wanted to put a hand up. He put him down there exactly where he should go and force him to Armwood. Armwood just wasn't there in time, but exactly what you want.
Here's McDonald now back in the game, working on Chaz Williams. Swinging up top to Capriva. Far side, Garino. Armwood, he's fouled underneath. Bergantino's going to get whistled for the foul, and that's going to bring us to an under 12 timeout. 11:38 to go, first half. We've got a good one, folks. GW leading UMass 12-10. You're listening to Colonial Basketball on 1500 AM.
Yeah, he's trying to steal medals to give McDonald as much rest as possible. He also has to not be worried about this game, but he has to be worried about the tournament as well.
McDonald inbounds to Creek, back to Joe McDonald. Nowhere to go on the baseline now. We'll give it to Armwood. Carter steps out on him, whistle underneath. And I believe we're going to get a hold as McDonald trying to move without the basketball. We're going to get a hold on Trey Davis, I believe.
It kind of looked like they were actually trying to post McDonald up on that play.
On the far side?
Yeah, right there on the baseline. I think he was trying to post him up on that play.
Garino out, Mikic in. Creek basketball attacking, baseline right, nowhere to go. Ball batted around, out of bounds. It will be UMass basketball. 2 turnovers so far for the Colonials, a number Mike Lonigan has to like. And Chris, look, 5 for UMass so far as Colonials forcing them to turn that ball over.
But Carter Sampson has 2 of those. But that's due to Garino making them force turnovers as well.
Here comes the 1-3-1, trap in the corner, exactly what they want to do. Nowhere to go as Carter launches it far side to Trey Davis as they'll settle back down. Now, corner 3 from Putney, air ball. Out of bounds, it stays UMass basketball. Going to the zone early here.
This is one of the best defenses I like, just for the fact that because I call it the mental defense. It makes players that normally are better in one-on-one man-to-man situations, now they have to think about who they're going to pass to, because people that are normally open in 1-3-1 are not really open. That's what the coaches want you to see.
Cartagena will check back in for McDonald to stay in the zone. Watch the cutter. Oh, wow, underneath right away to Lane. He got open on the blocks and throws it with two hands to tie this game at 12. Just kind of stuck in there on that zone.
Yeah, definitely a miscommunication on the defensive part, left him wide open underneath the basket.
Here comes Cartagena now working on Trey Davis as Chaz Williams will take a seat and get a breather. UMass still in that aggressive man-to-man. 12-12, Colonial basketball going left to right. Mikic on the right side, on the blocks to Morocco. Nowhere to go. Back to Cartagena. They'll give it right back to him on the blocks with the left hand. Loses it out high. Mikic takes a peek at the clock with 7 to shoot. Now to Creek, far side. He'll launch a three. Got it! Maurice Creek with the shot clock winding down gives the Colonials a 15-12 lead. Heads up look that time by Mikic.
And it's smart. That's exactly who you want to have the ball when the clock's going down. Just like he did in Maryland. And at the Verizon Center is a great job. You want him with the ball. He's your senior. He's your shooter. You want him with the ball when the seconds are going down. And
now Cartagena picks up a foul in the backcourt. Creek will sit down. And Patricio Garino will check back in. Trey Davis got that first step, forcing Cartagena to commit a foul. 15-12 Colonial lead, reaching the midway point of this first half. Davis, nowhere to go, out to the timeline. Colonial scrapping, Putney, underneath, Carter. Layup is good. Just kind of hanging out, right? That's the soft spot of that zone.
They're hanging out. The thing about the 1-3-1 is that guys alone on the baseline. If they get out of that trap, somebody's going to be open underneath.
Morocco's will step out and take a three, probably an ill-advised shot. Trey Davis comes up limping, looks like maybe a cramp. He's in a little bit of pain, looks like he got hit on the thigh. Chaz Williams will come back in, and Trey Davis will take a seat. Also, Joe McDonald will come in. Kevin Larson will check in. Maybe a knee to the top of the leg or something.
I think so. Probably knee. That's one of the worst. Back playing it, you get kneed in the thigh. It's one of those things that you'll play with the rest of the game, but then when you get back to the hotel or on the bus, you're gonna have the ice on. This is the worst thing ever.
So here comes Chaz Williams. Against the zone, Carter left by himself. He'll shoot a three and hit it. Mike Lonigan not happy about that one.
They're 3 for 3 now against this 1-3 zone. I think you may want to kind of take a look at it again. That's what timeout right here.
He heard you.
He heard me.
30 seconds. UMass now leads this one 17-15. Talking about that zone, it's a situation where you know where the vulnerable spots are in the corners. It's just one of those you have to be, the effort has to be there, right? If you're on the defensive end, you have to know that you have to get back to those spots, right?
You got to scramble in the 1-3-1 zone. Normally in the 1-3-1 zone, the corners are open. So both of those shots that came from the corner that he knocked down were in that range. You got to get out there to get a hand out. Now he's 6'8", 6'7". That's a tough person to put a hand out and he can knock the ball down. I mean, that's tough. But that's what the zone gives. So you kind of live with it. Can he hit that for the rest of the game? Who knows? We'll see now.
So GW basketball 17-15. UMass leading now. McDonald basketball. He'll cross the timeline. 28 to shoot. They run a little motion offense, looks like here on the right to Garino. Trying to get Larson free on the blocks there. He's not. Mikic just poked in the eye. No call. Now on the blocks to Larson. Back out to Armwood. Making it work very hard. Larson now doubled on the blocks. 12 to shoot. Garino at the top. Attacks up under with the right hand. Doesn't go. Garino hits the floor. No call. Quickly into the hands of Chaz Williams. Look out. McDonald gets back. Chaz Williams tries to force it to the far side to Gordon. Look how quick Chaz Williams is. Gets back to Carter. Now to Putney in front of the GW bench. Looked like he traveled. Nowhere to go. He's trapped in the corner. He's trapped. He tries to throw it off Joe McDonald's leg, and he does.
It's a great trap. That was a great trap in the corner. GW offensively needs to spread the floor out and knock down some of these open shots that they're getting. Because UMass is packing it in.
And that's the thing, right? If they're doubling down on there and you kick it out to those guards, they're going to have to start hitting some shots, right?
They're going to have to. Yeah. For them to advance this lead and keep this lead, that's what they're going to have to do.
There's Putney on the right side. How did he get to the basket with the finger roll right hand? That's way too easy. 19-15, UMass leads.
4 for 4 against that 1-3-1 zone. I think they kind of got the number.
Here comes Garino at the top. He was waiting for a screen from Larson. Now he gets it back. 25 to shoot. UMass 19, Colonials 15. McDonald on the right side, looking for Armwood on the block. Gets it. Working on Carter. Clears it out. He says he wants it by himself. Up under. Strong move. Armwood for 2. Off the glass. He waved it. His teammate out of the way. He wanted to go one-on-one.
That's a senior for you. He's the only senior on the floor right now other than Nikic. But he's the one that going to command. He's the only one that really can go one-on-one right now and command the ball on that post.
They're trying to trap Williams out high against that zone. Gets it underneath on the soft spot to Gordon. He missed the shot. Williams gets the shot. It's blocked underneath. Working hard is Joe McDonald. Working very hard. He hits the ground. Chaz Williams hit the ground. And we're going to get a foul call on Chaz Williams.
Well, this is going to be a very physical game. This game has a lot of need in both of these clubs. So you can expect a lot of physicality, a lot of loose balls, diving on the floor, you know.
They're getting after it.
They're getting after it today.
Time out on the floor, 7:48 to go first half. UMass 19, Colonials 17. You're listening to GW Basketball on 1500 AM. That last possession we just saw with Chaz Williams and Joe McDonald trying to out-jump each other for the basketball tells you all you need to know about this game.
It's a dogfight. These guys are going to go after it today. The keys are in the number for GW. GW is a percentage team. Anytime they shoot over 40%, their records are impeccable. And right now, they're not doing that. So you look at UMass, they're shooting 50% from threes and 50% from 2 from the field. That's good percentage on the road. That's what any coach would want for their team going on the road in a hostile environment.
Joe McDonald attacks and is fouled as he'll go to the free throw line. He saw an opening there. He tried to take it. McDonald, a 72% free throw shooter, will try and tie this game for the Colonials.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good for McDonald.
Now, from the statistically wise, none of these teams are really good free throw shooters. I mean, they're roughly in the 60% to 7% area, so they're not knockdown artists. And that's going to be another percentage to watch during this game. Who shoots the free throws better? Who moves the ball better? And who rebounds better is going to win this game.
McDonald jinxed him. Missed the second free throw, 19-18. UMass with the lead. Looks like GW going back to the man-to-man. McDonald will guard Davis out high, now to Putney. Garino, look for him to step up and try and take that basketball. Now Putney puts it on the floor with the left hand. It's blocked underneath by Kevin Larson into the hands of Joe McDonald. 2-on-2, nowhere really to go. Underneath to Armwood, he comes up under with the right hand. Basket's good. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. Great vision that time for Joe McDonald. Found Armwood on the block.
Armwood ran the floor like a deer, and Joe rewarded his senior for that. You know, when your big man gets in there and they get a hand on that block shot and he runs the floor like that, there's no question I'm going to give you the ball.
And we've seen that already once before when Creek found him filling the lane on that fast break.
Same thing.
Armwood, a 68% free throw shooter. His free throw is good. 3-point play complete. 21-19 to go. Cartagena will check in. Nick Griffin also checking in for Garino and Joe McDonald. So Nick Griffin will get our first look at the freshman from Magruder High School tonight. And here comes some full court pressure.
Now I like Griffin. Griffin out there, he's very, how can I say it? He's skilled. I like he can shoot the ball. He's smart. And this is the experience that he needs.
And a whistle in the backcourt. Griffin's going to get called for a foul. It looked like Davis was trying to get himself out of that trap. Thought it was a very good trap. They'll do it again here with a fresh 35. That's the 4th team foul. Armwood on the ball. Now to Griffin to Carter. They can't go in the corner. They get it to Carter in the corner, and they're going to break it. Davis. Oh, looked like he went back court. No call.
No ball.
To Putney. Back up top to Carter. He'll try a 3 at the top of the key and hit it. Oh, that's tough.
That's tough. Can't focus on it. The refs can't see everything. So there's going to be stuff they're going to miss. You got to keep playing through it.
Eric Kellogg stomping his feet, looking for his defense to pick it up a notch. UMass with a 22-21 lead. Cartagena on the right side in front of the UMass bench. Far side, Griffin, head fake on a 3 to Creek, who turns it over into the hands of Davis. Cartagena quick to get back and will draw, or commit a foul, I should say, in transition.
Smart foul. It's a fast break. You don't want him to get nothing easy. Once again,
and that's the thing. If he's going to if you know he's going to the basket, and you're going to foul him, you sure as heck make sure he doesn't make the shot.
Oh, sure. Don't even get it tip up.
That's a better foul, right?
It's a better foul.
Right.
Catch him before he goes to the basket. You get a blocker foul, they take the ball out.
Which they're going to do. Gordon will inbound. He tried to looked like he was looking for Putney And the lob, that's a quick 5 seconds. 4 seconds, says the referee, as Garino kicks it back at it. 6:29 to go here, first half. UMass 22, GW 21. Gordon again will inbound.
There's a fight out there. You can see it in the emotions in the body.
There's the lob to Putney off the inbound. Oh, did he get up high and throw it down with 2 hands? You could tell they were looking at that from the previous play. Couldn't get it. He cut the lane and threw it down for a 3-point lead.
They're making statements out here. They're making UMass is here and letting them know, listen, we were in the top 25. You guys are trying to get in the top 25. We're both got the same record. We feel we can beat you at home.
Here comes Garino around the defense. Doesn't go. Larson underneath. Offensive rebound, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2, staying on that offensive glass. Kevin Larson. Foul's going to be on Raphael Putney. That's 2 on him. 9th team foul on UMass. You like the way GW is attacking the basket here in the first half?
I do. Yeah. I also think that they should also look to, when Griffin had that open shot in the corner, I thought he should have shot it. I think you got to open up and let them know that, hey, we can knock out an open shot as well. Keep forcing the inside, they pack it in, and UMass is long. They got a lot of guys out there content to touch the ball, and they're a physical team, so they'll be ready for it.
Larson missed the first. One more coming. 24-21. UMass leads this one. 6:02 to go here, first half.
Remember, GW has 2 seniors out there, but they also got a young team. So, and like I said before, it's going to come down to free throws. The free throws are going to be key to winning this game.
Kevin Larson hits the free throw. He now has 3 points. 24-22. Davis up top to Gordon. Now back out to Trey Davis. His 3 doesn't go. We're going to get a whistle underneath. Looks like going to get it on Kevin Larson. Yes, Kevin Larson's going to commit the foul. That's going to be just the 16th foul. No free throws yet. John Capriva will come in. Probably come in for Kevin Larson.
The key statistic to watch out for is that UMass is winning the battle of the boards, and they're moving the ball well. So they're winning the assist battles and the rebounds, and that's normally what GW wins at.
Here comes the inbound again. Now to Carter. Marino all over him. Now to Esho, just checked in. He attacks up with the right hand in the middle of that lane. Bucket is good. 4-point lead now for UMass. Garino quickly back the other way. He'll attack. Stop in the lane to Capriva. Underneath. Ball's loose. Out to Esho. It's a 2-on-1 for UMass. Here comes Esho. Up underneath. Offensive foul. Garino gets back, and you can see that one coming from half court.
You definitely can see it coming, but that's hands that you wanna applaud Garino for taking that charge, because most guys would have tried to run up and go for a block shot or something like that, but he not thinking like a sophomore, he's thinking like a senior. Let me take this charge and be in the right position. Like I said, they're going all out.
And he made sure he wasn't in the restricted area underneath, right?
He played it perfectly.
Yep. 26-22, UMass leads.
He's playing well beyond his years. Smart play.
Here comes the motion. Far side to Garino. Back to McDonald. Launches a 3. That doesn't go. Underneath. Emphatic rebound by Lane off to Trey Davis. Chaz Williams is seeing extended time on the bench here right now. Trey Davis crossed over to Gordon at the top of the key. Working on Maurice Creek. Stumbles in the lane. Up. Right hand shot good.
Chaz has been on the bench because they haven't found any real problems in getting the ball in the basket,
So broke, don't fix it, right?
You're right.
Here comes Maurice Creek now. Stops, leaning one-hander. Out of control shot. Probably not the shot Mike Lonigan wanted on that possession. 28-22. UMass leads it. 4:35 to go here, first half. Trey Davis now at the top of the key to Derek Gordon. Gets a screen. He'll pull up the jumper. Air ball out of bounds. Yes, GW basketball.
UMass knows that this is only the first half. They got another half to go. So with Chaz being on the bench, the coach is playing it smart. We don't want our leading guy to get any kind of foul trouble.
Well, they have a 6-point lead too, right?
Very smart. Yeah, playing it smart. We're not going to chance anything. We know this game is going to go down to the wire. Have no reason to think it wouldn't otherwise.
4:20 to go, first half. UMass 28, George Washington 22. Colonials going left to right on the blocks. Now Kevin Larson will turn it back down the lane, back up to Armwood, now back on the blocks to Larson. Concerted effort now to a cutting Garino, but turns it over. Turnover number 5 for the Colonials. Back comes Trey Davis. Now McDonald will step up, go over the screen. Oh, and commits a foul. Thought he played that right, didn't he? Go over the top of the screen?
You got to. You got to. Sometimes when you, as a player, when you're going fighting over top of the screen, you bump the play and the ref's got to call it.
Timeout on the floor, 3:57 to go, first half. UMass 28, GW 22. You're listening to Colonial Basketball on 1500 AM. Center under 4 minutes to go, first half, 3:57. George Wallace, Chris Monroe to my left as we are courtside watching a very good basketball game, 28-22, UMass with the lead. I mean, look, we got the best seats in the house, let's be honest.
Man, this is great. I mean, I'm getting sweat hitting my face and everything. This is great.
Trey Davis goes to the line. 79% free throw shooter. Trey Davis, 2 points on the day. Front rim, missed the front end of the 1-1. Samson Carter, high man so far with 12 for UMass. Isaiah Armwood, 7 for the Colonials. Here we go, Joe McDonald now. Left elbow to Larson. Wants to go one-on-one. Pull up at the free throw line. No good. And Chris, look at all the UMass jerseys underneath there rebounding.
They are on the boards.
Yeah.
And UMass has, I think their plan was to come out and be very aggressive. And you have to be aggressive on the road.
Here comes Esho, jumper at the elbow over Mikic is good. 30-22, largest lead of the day.
You can tell by the amount of times that GW's been to the free throw line that UMass is not giving up anything easy. You go to the basket, it's going to be hard. GW must establish an outside shooting game. They're shooting 20% from three right now.
Right. McDonald to Larson. On the left block, still backing down the lane. He goes up, he falls down to the ground. No good. Esho rebound to Trey Davis quickly out to Gordon. They'll attack the basket to our left. Spin move up under for Gordon is good. Mike Lonigan wants a timeout. 10-point lead for UMass, 32-22. UMass jumping off the bench, 2:57 to go. Colonials a step slow right now, Chris.
They are a step slow. They're trying to figure out what's going to work. Offensively, it's tough because, like I said, UMass is packing it in inside, and they know that GW normally is a team that starts inside out. So GW has to get the inside game going first before they get the outside. I think GW needs to get the outside game going.
And you just mentioned the Colonials shooting 1 of 5 from 3. You look at UMass, they're only allowing their opponents to shoot 30% from 3, so that's right where they are, right? I mean,
they're following their game plan to T, and it's tough. I mean, they're on the road. They're shooting 50% from the field goal and 3 points. That's any coach's dream. That's what you want from your players. That means they're playing like as if it's their home court.
Right.
And when the top 25 team is playing as if it's their home court, you got a ball game on your hands.
And we do. 10-point lead right now for UMass. Colonials need to be careful here with 2:57 to go until recess. Larson talking to the referee underneath. He wanted that foul call on that last possession. Larson ended up on the ground.
He's facing a big body down there.
Yeah, he is.
And the refs are letting them play. They know this is a derby game.
Right.
You got to let them play.
Here comes Garino on the right side. Now Armwood on the block. Trying to back down Esho. See, he's doubled under there. Now kicks it out far side. Garino for 3. There it is. Inside-outside game. He's doubled. Garino has to knock down the 3 like you said, and he did.
Exactly what they need to do. They need to soften up that defense on the inside.
Now Davis will pull way out for 3 as he got McDonald caught going. Didn't go over the screen that time, and he shot an air ball, though.
Hey, if you want to shoot an NBA 3 right now, you have 10, then that's something.
Do it, right?
Then do it. Hey, we'll let you live with that.
32-25. Yeah, that's probably an ill-advised shot at that point. McDonald now work on Trey Davis. Garino again on the outside. Wanted the 3, thought about it. Now back to McDonald. Now to Garino on the right side. Left-handed dribble in the lane. Far side to Kevin Larson. Back to Garino at the top. 14 to shoot. They're trying to get Armwood on that block, and he does. And he's whistled. Draws the foul on Carter. They're working hard down there. They're banging bodies down there as well. Armwood wants that position. He draws the foul on Carter.
They're definitely banging, and they're trying to get the ball in there. So once you get in there, because one thing Larson and Armwood are good at doing is passing, going inside out. So they'll attack and they'll kick it out to their shooters, whether it be Mo Creek, Milic. They will all. That's how they get the offense going, and that's just how Garino just made his last 3.
Now Armwood steps to the free throw line. Isaiah Armwood, 7 points on the day. Missed the front of that one. He's now 1 of 2 from the line. 32-25, UMass leads it. One more free throw from Armwood. 2:04 to go here. First half. Oh, missed them both. Maurice Creek trying to check back in the game, but can't just yet. Oh, Trey Davis almost loses the handle coming up with it. He looked up, tried to get it Ahead to Lane. Now gets a screen from Lane. Larson steps out on him. Got to guard the big fella out. Here comes Davis. First step underneath to Carter for three in front of the GW bench. Doesn't go. Davis, the loose ball rebound, the floater. That doesn't go. Armwood skies. Taps it into the hands of Joe McDonald. And back come the Colonials the other way. Hesitation with the left hand. Garino attacks. Up under. Layup is good. 32-27. Colonials have cut it to 5. Derek Kellogg wants a timeout.
I would too. I would too.
Smart timeout, right?
Smart timeout. Smart timeout.
Colonials go back in the zone here for the final 80 seconds of this half. They're going back and forth up top. Now to the high post to Esho, working on the zone. Oh, he traveled. Yes, he did. Turnover number 7 for UMass.
It's the mental defense at play.
See, and that's another thing, right? You look at that zone, guys not normally in their position, so Esho gets that there. You turn around, there's all of a sudden another defender where you're not used to, right? And you're
right.
And you stumble.
The key to the 1-3-1 is deception. And when you think you're open, you're not. When you think it's a bad shot, it's normally a good shot.
Here come the Colonials, under a minute to go. High post now to Kevin Larson. He looks around, nobody there. He'll take the free throw jumper and hit it. 32-29. Larson with the bucket. He now has 5, and it's a 3-point game.
The first mid-range shot that I see him take uncontested. The other 2 were contested.
Spin move, Chaz Williams, shot blocked from behind. And now Creek loses the basketball. 2-on-1. Carter attacks. Creek is forced to foul him. Creek was fouled from behind, he thought. Mike Lonergan thought so as well. But that was one of those situations. Got to hold that basketball. You never know who's behind you.
Every possession counts.
Yeah. Garino, heck of a job blocking Williams from behind into the hands of Creek, and you can see it on Creek's face right now, Chris. He knows he's got to hold that basketball. Even if you were fouled, you're not going to get that call. Got to hold that basketball.
You're not going to get a call like that in a game like this tonight.
It's a 2-shot foul. Everybody thought it was a 1-and-1. So Carter missed the first. Boy, you can tell the energy ramped up here. Creek will sit down. Joe McDonald checks in. Chaz Williams quickly back out of the game. And here we go. We're getting our first look at Demetrius Dyson, the 6'5" freshman. As UMass with a 3-point lead. Oh, he missed the second free throw. Missed them both. Armwood corrals the rebound. And there's maybe a half-second differential between the shot clock and game clock here. McDonald will back it out to Garino. Looking at the coach for instructions. 16 seconds to go first half. UMass 32, GW 29. McDonald steps back, looks at Mike Lonergan, gets the thumbs up on the floor. Here we go. 7 seconds. McDonald stops, nowhere to go, to Larson at the free throw line. He turns around, his shot is blocked. McDonald tries to throw it up at the buzzer. That doesn't go, it's out of bounds with 0.4 to go, but I think they're going to put the clock right now, but I think they're going to put 0.4 of a second back on. What went wrong there? Garino didn't come over and set a screen. McDonald and Garino are looking at it right now. He didn't get any help at the top.
I think Garino, they wanted the ball in Garino's hand for a one-on-one opportunity as the clock was going down. It stayed in McDonald's hand by accident for whatever reason, but you can't be indecisive in that situation. If the ball's in your hand with a shot going down, you got to go to your spot on the floor and create a shot.
So they did put 4-10 back on.
McDonald, he picked up the ball too early. As a point guard, that's a mistake.
Capriva checks in. He'll jump in front of the inbound. Lane will heave it up with 0.4 of a second to go. And it doesn't go. We've hit the half. 32-29. UMass with the lead. As Coach Turner will come over and join us right now. All right, here we go. 20 minutes on the clock. They'll switch ends. And let's see if the Colonials can come back and get win number 20 and stay perfect here at home. Starters for both teams on the floor. McDonald, Creek, Larson, Armwood, Garino for the Colonials. They have the ball first. The ball goes right through Armwood's hands. Turnover to start this second half for UMass. Quickly ahead to Chaz Williams. Oh, and he launches a 3. You talk about not the way you want to start this second half. It's just like that. It's 35-29. A turnover into a 3-point play.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You got to pay attention to things. Now GW is leading the game in turnovers.
Now Armwood quickly on the block, attacking the basket to our left. Baby hook in the lane, doesn't go. Ball's batted away underneath. Ahead to Williams. looking to push for UMass. To a cutting Carter. He took about 6 steps. Didn't know, no call, but the shot was blocked anyway underneath into the hands of the Colonials. Back comes Joe McDonald the other way. Hands it off the creek at the top of the key. He'll fire a 3. Front rim, no good. Chased down to the far side by Derek Gordon. And UMass with the basketball, looking to push, not wasting any time. Left hand, Gordon comes under, hits the floor. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. UMass trying to push the action here early in the second half, Chris.
They definitely are. That's why they saved Chaz for the second half. I think they really want. They're looking to push it. They're looking to get at GW and be aggressive. They've been aggressive on defense in the first half. Now they're looking to be aggressive in the second half on offense.
And that's a great point. We talked about that at length in the first half. Chaz Williams, 11 minutes in that first half. Averaging 15 points a game. The senior, the 5'9" senior from Brooklyn, kind of the catalyst here for UMass. He only played 11 minutes, 1 of 5 from the floor with just 2 points. But as you mentioned, UMass had a 6-point lead, kept it up, and they knew how up-tempo this second half and physical it's going to be. Derek Kellogg kept him for the second half, and he looks fresh.
He looks fresh, and what I like about him is that, you know, he doesn't have to score points to be effective. He's been getting, the offense has been running through him. So basically, he's been assisting and he's been putting people in the right position to score. So that's another factor that UMass, you know, is used to his advantage.
Gordon going to the free throw line for the first time today. He has 6 points, 2 rebounds on his afternoon. Missed the first free throw. Derek Gordon from Plainfield, New Jersey, 46% free throw shooter.
And also with Chaz, you also got to remind the fans and people looking at the game have to remind themselves that normally a scorer who doesn't score in the first half is going to be very aggressive in the second half. And he came out and hit a 3 early to get himself going. That could be a cause of concern for GW.
Second free throw is good. And you remember when we started the game, Williams took it right to the basket, made that statement, then Creek came down the other end for the Colonials, hit that to kind of let everybody know that we're here to play. And he did it in the second half too.
Yeah.
Here comes McDonald, gets the screen, goes around a pull-up, baby jumper, left side good for Joe McDonald as he hits the bucket. He now has 3. That's his first field goal of the day, and it's 36-31. We played a minute and a half here in the second half.
Joe has a great mid-range game. I think he needs to use it a little bit more. He's got to keep the defense honest.
And how important is it for him to get going, even if he gets going a little bit from the outside, kind of get guys to keep an eye on him too, that he's going to shoot the basketball. Skying in on the baseline is Putney. That doesn't go. He missed it, the whistle underneath. Raphael Putney took off. He was a little early. The slam dunk contest is tonight in New Orleans. He was a little early for it.
I think he was looking at the big Tron when he was trying to dunk that. That's one of the keys for Joe. Joe also knows that even though he's a sophomore, he has seniors out there in Armwood and Creek. That everything still starts with him. His defensive effort, you know, the way he pushes the ball, the way he passes it to Armwood and Creek to get them involved in the game, everything starts through him. So he has to show, he has to be their emotional leader as well. He has to be vocal.
Caddy Lane at the line for the first time today, first and the second, 38-31. Now has 4 points on the day, 7-point deficit. Colonials going right to left. Here comes McDonald into the front court. Picked up by Williams, comes off Creek off a screen, lowers his shoulder, offensive foul. Gordon went flying, maybe a little bit. He didn't have to go flying that far to sell the call, but he did. He went flying all the way to the baseline. Creek gets whistled for the foul, and he's going to come out of the game.
From the sidelines here, I don't know if he had his feet planted.
I don't think he did either.
Yeah, it was a tough call.
There's no way he did because he went flying that far. If your feet are planted, you're not flying that far.
Right. I like the slide though. Remind me of Shaq chasing the ball, and it looked good. It looked good, but hey.
Nemanja Mikic is going to come in the game for Maurice Creek, who will have a seat. Crowd trying to get behind the Colonials here. 7-point deficit, and Mike Lonigan, is he pulling out the zone early here in the second half?
It looks like it.
As we're waiting for the floor to be wiped up. That's the other problem when you take a spill like that, you slide all the way across the floor. We have to get some time to wipe it up. 18:09 to go here in the game. 38-31, UMass with the lead. Both teams looking for win number 20 on the year. Colonials looking to stay perfect at 13-0 here at the Smith Center.
I think this is what GW. I mean, the players need to talk amongst themselves and get themselves going. They're listening to the 6 man in the crowd. The crowd's getting going. They're edging them on. I think we should be able to see a turn here. I hope to see a turn here. I mean, GW has a good set of guys, and it doesn't look like they're rattled at all.
No, and I was going to ask you about that, especially being at home now. You get into a situation like this. We didn't see him rattle down 10 in the first half. now this team, I think, has the mentality knowing that it's never over, right?
Right. I mean, you got to. I mean, plus you got to remember that they got it. As grown as this team plays, they still have a lot of young players, and they've been through it all the year before. So they've been down big points and able to fight back. I don't think you'll see GW quit at all.
Here's Putney now on the blocks underneath to Lane, who throws it off Kevin Larson. It's out of bounds. The 1-3-1 making UMass work. 14 to shoot here on the shot clock. As Derek Gordon will inbound. Watch that lob in the center, which we saw in the first half. Throws it off Armwood's leg. Stays UMass basketball underneath.
It's a lot of communication between the players as well on defense. It's a good sign. Anytime communication breaks down, that's when you have call. That's when you want to worry. But right now, GW still talking on defense, so that means they're still engaged.
Here comes Gordon. Now will inbound. 15 to shoot. Underneath to Lane. Shot doesn't go. Rebound by Larson. Hands it off to Joe McDonald. Trying to establish that low block, looked like on Armwood too. Trying to get it to him. Now they get it to him at the high post right side. Armwood backing down the lane, underneath. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Shot no good. Ball belongs to UMass. He got deep in the post that time. It looked like he was working very hard for that shot. But as you heard Coach Turner say right before the half, likes it when they're double down there and he kicks it out to the guards. They're just going to have to start knocking down shots.
You got to establish an outside presence. Right now, UMass is doing a great job. They're actually winning the battle inside in the paint. They're winning it.
And there's that 1-3-1 underneath the soft spot in that zone. As Lane gets the bucket, and it's 40-31. Joe McDonald tripped up out high. They're going to get Chaz Williams with the trip. And that's what you mentioned earlier in this game. Try to go above the screen, try to go over the screen. You're going to draw contact. You have to call.
It's hard. You get stuck on the screen, or you normally bump. So you got to be very good at it. You more so got to trail. You got to stay on the hip. You can't really just get over the same time as the guard does.
Carino tries to lob it back toward McDonald. Ill-advised pass, turnover. Back comes UMass the other way. I don't know where he was trying to go in that time. Chaz Williams will pull way out for three. Doesn't go. Tipped into the hands of the out-of-bounds line. And it'll be Colonial's basketball. 40-31. Mark Lonigan letting Patricio Carino know that he did not like that inbound pass when they tried to go a lob to Joe McDonald.
You're throwing a lob to somewhat injured Joe McDonald. That's questionable.
Right, and when you've got Caddy Lane in the lane at 6'10", you're not going to get it over him much either.
Nah.
Lane commits the personal, his second. So it'll be Colonial basketball underneath the basket with a fresh 35, trailing by 9. Capriva to McDonald in front of the bench. McDonald will attack the basket, kicks it out far side. Mikic for three, front rim no good. Chases down the missed shot in the corner, and he's trapped. Got to get out of the corner. Have to get out of the corner. Gets it to Larson, who will give it back up top to Patricio Garino. Reset with 26 on the shot clock. He'll give it to Joe McDonald. He looks for instructions from his head coach. Going to go one-on-one with Chaz Williams. No, he's going to back it out. They're going to go 1-4 here, it looks like. We get a high screen from Kevin Larson. Oh, McDonald will pull from three. Back rim, no good. Tipped up by Larson, doesn't go. Loose ball underneath, still underneath. Carino gets on the floor for the basketball, and it's a jump ball.
GW's fighting. They just got to knock down the open shots that they're giving.
Mike Lonigan wanted a foul on that as went over the back of Carino, but both players got on the floor, diving for it, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to belong to UMass.
UMass here is, like I said, is trying to make a statement. You know, GW's been knocking on the door of the top 25. UMass has been in the top 25, and you know they're trying to make a statement here that hey, we're coming into your home and we're gonna give you a dogfight here. We need to make a statement for ourselves and show everybody in the nation that we still belong in that top 25.
And it's UMass also trying to rebound as they stumbled a little bit after starting 16-1. Like I said, still trying to prove quality basketball. Here comes the 1-3-1. Williams right through the 1-3-1. Oh, and he's fouled going up. He's fouled from behind. Looks like it's going to be on Kevin Larson. It is, as Chaz Williams found the hole in that 1-3-1. He'll go to the line when we come back. Time out of the floor. 15:56 to go in the ball game. UMass 40, GW 31. You're listening to Colonial Basketball on 1500 AM. UMass leading GW 40-31. We've seen Chaz Williams already make an impact on this second half, Chris Monroe, as only played 11 minutes in that first half. The leading scorer, one of the most dynamic players in this conference. And all of a sudden, he comes back, gives this UMass team of boost. And I ask you as a guard, a point guard, especially on the defensive end, you get a guy like that who's kind of not much in part of the game in the first half, and all of a sudden he comes in, and even though he's not doing a lot of scoring, you have to account for him on the floor.
The thing, UMass is looking at it like this, and the team is looking at it. So UMass is like, our leading scorer in the first half didn't do much. We were still winning. We were up 3 going into the half. Second half, Chaz is thinking, listen, you guys already know that right now you guys can win this game without me. Me coming in the second half and being aggressive is only a bonus. It's another obstacle for the defense to guard. Because even if I go to the best, they got to guard me.
Right.
You got to. Hit or miss.
And he missed both free throws that time, so still a 40-31 lead, 15:45 to go. Here comes Joe McDonald working on Gord. Mikic off the screen. Top of the key. 3 is good for Nemanja Mikic. Coming off that screen, have to get him going. They do just that, 40-34. Gordon wastes no time. Back quickly the other day. The Colonials trying to settle on defense. McDonald knocks the ball out of bounds. It stays UMass basketball. That's kind of a jolt they needed.
That's exactly what they needed. They needed a shooter to come in and shoot and give them a lift. And you saw more energy when they came down on the floor of defense.
So Mikic will take a seat. Murray's Creek back in. Still in that zone. 15:29 to go. 40-34 now. Garino goes over the screen. Working on Williams. Another screen by Lelane to Gordon in the paint. Nowhere to go. Knocks it back out to Chaz Williams. 15 seconds to shoot. Screen out high. Williams to Gordon. 8 to shoot. Nowhere to go. Ball's kicked by Garino out of bounds. Stays UMass basketball, making him work every second of this shot clock in that 1-3-1.
The 5'9" Williams is going to have a hard time getting a shot off on Garino, and this is the matchup I like.
5 seconds. Williams leans in. Leaner 3. No good. Ball's tapped away to McDonald. Ahead to Patricio Garino. 1-on-none. One-handed. Right-handed slam. Patricio Garino. 40-36. Great court vision by Joe McDonald. He found Garino leaking out. The crowd's into it, and it's a 4-point game.
And this is exactly what I was talking about with Garino guarding Williams, because Garino is long. He can put a hand up on Williams' shot. And also, he's in his head. You always got to be prepared with where he is. He's crafty.
Trap on the right side in the 1-3-1. Williams falls on the ground, rolls over, and calls a timeout with 15 seconds to shoot. The defense all over the place for the Colonials. They're active now in that 1-3-1. The timeout becomes a full. We'll take one as well. 14:37 to go in the game. UMass 40, GW 36. You're listening to Colonial Basketball on 1500 AM. To go in the game, UMass leading GW 40-36. You see Mayor Gray across the way here, Dave. Michael Wilbon is in the house.
A lot of celebrities in the building.
I tell you. Big time basketball here in February at the Smith Center. The place is rocking. And GW down by 4 with 14:37 to go. It'll be UMass basketball. Derek Gordon to inbound. Watch the lob. They did a great job underneath preventing the lob. That hasn't happened since the first half. Ball's inbounds to Williams. The floater, no good, but oh, he's right there with the left-handed putback is Patty Lane. Almost looked like he threw it up to him. I think he hits the bucket. Did he throw it up to him?
He threw it up to him. That's hard. That's a hard time. So he basically threw it up to him. But that's the vision of the little fella.
And Lane went with the left.
Yeah.
Here comes McDonald now. We'll back it out. 19 to shoot. Mike Lonigan calling the play. It looks like going to go 1-4 here. Here comes McDonald, right-handed dribble, crossover on Williams. With the left side, leaner, bucket up, the shot no good. Loose ball, corralled by Putney. Ahead to Chaz Williams, who's very quick, goes up with the right hand, layup is good, and just like that, it's back to an 8-point game.
And that's the aggression that I was talking about early. He's a senior. Everything goes through this guy. He makes an assist. He goes to the basket. He shoots a 3. He's the catalyst for this team.
Could you guard him that quick? Could you guard him that quick?
Oh yeah, I played his weaknesses. Or that of the teams.
Garino on the left side to Creek at the top of the key. Off the screen, jumper, in and out, no good. Loose ball, McDonald comes up with it. He missed the putback. And back comes UMass. Gordon into the front court. Hands it off to Williams. 13-19 to go in the game, 44-36. UMass with the lead, 1-3-1 for the Colonials. See if they try to get Williams. Mike Long, I think, wants to trap.
He's spacing the floor out. It's kind of hard to trap out there. You expose yourself too much when you do that.
Left side, Carter. Drains the three.
That corner three I was talking about.
Three, yep.
Yeah, 1-3-1. The corner is always open.
And it's an 11-point game. 47-36, largest lead of the game. McDonald, screen out high from Larson. Looking for the roll, gets it to Larson. He'll pull up for the baby. Jumper is good. And a quick timeout from Mike Lonergan. Great set play on the offensive end.
Great set play. That pick and roll, and that's that mid-range shot that we saw from Larson before earlier. When he's not contested, it's not a hand in space. He's a pretty good shooter from there.
47-38. It's down to 9 with 12:45 to go. You see the, Mikic hit the big shot. Then you see the aggressiveness on the defensive end. But then, like we just talked about, the deflating part of Chaz Williams comes back to get you. He's so quick, that first step, and just like that, he's down the floor, and it made it an 8-point game right back at it.
He's doing a good job of controlling the second half. He's doing what he wants. He's involving the players, and he's shooting the shots that he likes to shoot. GW has to get something from their seniors, because UMass's seniors right now, he's leading the way. So we need something out of Creek. We need something out of Armwood to get them going. McDonald's has to find them, or they have to find themselves. Either way, we need something from them.
Time for the upperclassmen to step up. Here we go, 47-38, 12:45 to go. Chaz Williams will walk it up. Going left to right. Garino steps up on him in that zone. Oh no, they go back to man-to-man. No, they're still in the zone.
They're in the 1-3.
Yep.
They just matched up.
Match up. Here comes Gordon. Free throw jumper. Good. Is that the kind of gamble you take, though? If you're in that 1-3-1, you come up and you trap, you leave the middle of the floor wide open.
You do, but I mean, do you give it a shoot? It's a mid-range shot, so I don't know how he's shooting during the year on that shot, but if he's not a good percentage shooter, I'll take that.
Here comes Garino in the lane, loses it back the other way. Quickly, Williams 2-on-1. Mickis bulldozes it. Williams in front of the UMass bench. I mean, that's a. Mickis, nothing intentional. Just ran him over.
Yeah, it's a loose ball. Williams didn't really have possession of the ball. He was going for the ball. It's an aggressive play. It's an aggressive game.
Mickis will take a seat. Maurice Creek comes in with 12:03 to go. Chaz Williams is feeling that one.
Yeah, he's a little fella, but he's a tough one.
Oh, Mickis 6'8". Chaz Williams 5'9". You know who's going to win that. Putney, the inbound, quickly back to Gordon. He'll pull up, jumper, no good. Air ball into the hands of Joe McDonald. Looking for numbers, 3-on-2 if he looks ahead. To Garino, he leans in, off the glass, good, running the floor. Are the Colonials, 49-40. Good heads-up play there with the numbers, 3-on-2.
Yeah, 3-on-2, way to take advantage of it. That's what GW does. When they get the rebound, they can get to going. They're one of the best teams in the country on the fast break.
Here comes Williams, now at the high post to Gordon against that 1-3-1. Garino drops down, turn it over into Garino's hands. He's going to go one-on-one with Chaz Williams with the left hand. He throws it up, he's fouled, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for two. Chaz Williams pleading his case as he's down the floor, says he didn't touch it.
Well, I see now why GW on that last shot that Gordon made down there at the mid-range, the last two possessions he's been in his hands. So he's 1 of 3 right now, 33%. One of them was an air ball, wide open mid-range shot.
40 UMass leads it here with 11:31 to go. Patricio Garino on that fast break, drawing the foul. He goes to the line, misses the first. He's now 2 of 3. And the Colonials now 5 of 10, Chris, from the free throw line. Second free throw is good. Something you talked about, they're going to have to, when the clock stops, especially when you're down, you need to hit the shots. Free throws, right?
You got to hit free throws are the key. Free throws are what's going to put you back in this game. If you add those 5 free throws in here now, it's only a 4-point game. So I think
UMass attacks quickly. And underneath, Armwood draws an offensive foul on Esho, who just checked in the game. Maxi Esho checking in. Looks like the Colonials extending their pressure a little bit after the free throw make. Garino sits down. Mikic in the game.
That was
Also, Trey Davis checking in for UMass.
That was a senior. Arnold did a good job. That was a senior basketball IQ right there. Don't go for the block shot. Go for the charge. Took it the other way.
Here comes Mikic off the screen in front of the GW bench. Wants to get loose for that three, and he looses the ball out of bounds. Stays Colonial basketball. Mike Ronigan clapping his hands right in Mikic's face. It's one of those situations. The basketball is so important, right? Especially now. Every possession is important. You can't be careless with the basketball. Here comes Creek to Mikic, top of the key. Try to get him free again. Now to Armwood on the block. Going right to left. Colonials. Armwood. Hook shot in the lane. Doesn't go. Larson gets the rebound. Shot is blocked. Going up into the hands of UMass. Armwood and Larson fought over it for a second. Now quickly ahead to Carter. He'll attack and hit the layup.
That's costly. Communication. And then miscommunication here on defense leads to an easy layup.
10-point lead, 51-41. 10:40 to go for the Colonials. To Armwood, and Carter's got an elbow in his back. You can still tell they're trying to make a concerted effort to go inside and establish that. Now, are they doing that right now? We just talked about this. You look at points in the paint after that timeout, 26-20. UMass, actually, so now it'll be 28-20. UMass with the lead. So the Colonials still trying to get it in there. But when they're doubled like that, the shots are going to have to start falling from the outside.
This game now is going to come down to mental. It comes to the mental aspect of the players that are out there on the floor now. Got to start recognizing stuff.
Armwood in the lane, left-hand shot, no good. He's fouled. He'll shoot two. Again, waving his teammate away. He wants to go one-on-one with Carter. We saw that work in the first half.
That's the senior in him. That's him trying to make it count. Trying to show by example. He's trying to be aggressive and tell his team in his way on the floor, let's go, let's pick it up. We got 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. We're playing a team that was in the top 25. We're trying to protect our undefeated record on the home court. This is what we need to do. Follow my lead.
And I think they just got a warning on the bench, on UMass bench. A warning because they all jumped up, didn't like it. Armwood at the free throw line. His first free throw is good for Armwood. He's now 2 of 4 from the line.
50%. If free throws here, as far as for GW, it's not so much a skill thing. It's not about as much as practice. It's more psychological. These guys, I'm sure, they go to practice and they make 8 and 9 out of 10 out of the free throws when they go there. It's more mental.
Second free throw good. Garino in for Mikic. That's exactly right? I mean, if you want your senior, he's going to step up there. You're down 9. He's got to hit his free throw.
No, it's come down to mental. It's not about practice. It's mental.
Here's the trap. Out high on Esho. McDonald and Greeno. Now Greeno backs off. And it's tipped into the backcourt. Look out. Maurice Krieg. Finger roll. Layup. Good. 51-45. UMass with the lead. Transition basketball off of turnovers, folks. That's what the Colonials are trying to do. Quickly now Putney the other way. Back to Davis. Greeno not letting him get set up at the top of that zone. Davis in the air, caught nowhere to go, gives it to Esho. He somehow gets in there with the finger roll.
It was a nice penetration on that part, and it was a tough layup. I mean, that was a little floater in there. I don't know if he meant for it to be look like that, but it was tough.
53-45, UMass leads. McDonald now to Armwood. Esho now with 6 points, 4 rebounds. Here comes McDonald to Larson at the free throw line. Back to Creek. He'll try a three. Maurice Creek from the Washington Monument on the floor hits the three, and it's 53-48. The Smith Center fans on their feet, recognizing the effort right now of the Colonials. 9:20 to go in this game, and it's down to 5.
Your seniors have come and scored your last 7 points.
Putney, offensive foul. Offensive foul. Isaiah Armwood draws the foul on Putney as he took off again just from inside the three-point line. Derek Kellogg wants him to count the basket. That's not going to happen. It's an offensive foul going the other way. Colonials down by 5 now with the basketball.
Basketball IQ on Armwood again. His second charge in less than 2 minutes. Great job not to go for the block. Now he's proficient shot blocker. He's changing it up a little bit. He's doing what the defense is not expecting him to do. They expect him to block shots. He's taking the charge.
And we've seen that now twice. Here comes Creek at the top of the key. 9 minutes to go. Wow, Gordon all over him. Creek gets past the shoulder, and that's a 5-second call. Uh-oh. That's a 5-second call. Creek, I thought he got past the defender's shoulder, didn't you?
I thought he did too. But it's a tough call. Like I said, the refs, it's hard to see, everything, but this is what you want. You want the ball in Creek's hand, and you want him to be aggressive, so I can live with that.
Here comes Garino now with a pressure. Davis goes right through the pressure. In and out. No good. Putney right there for the offensive rebound and puts it in.
Rebounds, very, very, very
No
important.
boxing out.
Underneath 10 minutes in the game, it's like the fourth quarter. Rebounds are very important. Got to find your man to box out.
55-48 now. McDonald working on Davis. Now to Larson on the block. He's backing down the lane. Up, under. Larson, too hard. Too hard on that shot. Whistle underneath. What's the call? Out of bounds. It'll be GW basketball. In comes DePriva for Larson. Stays Colonial basketball. 16 to shoot. 55-48. GW attacking the basket to the left. McDonald now will inbound to Creek on the baseline. Now there's Armwood again. Backing down Esho. He's going to go one-on-one. Nope. He's getting a hand check. So Armwood doing a good job there, drawing fouls now on this offensive end.
The senior one is seeing the senior pass. They're talking to each other. They know how important this game is. Both of them have come and played in big games before, so they know exactly what to do at this moment. They know it's under 10 minutes left in the game, and they got to be aggressive. So they're feeding off of each other.
And now 1-1 the rest of the way for the Colonials. How much do you love to see this, by the way? The guys like this, the seniors, these guys, they want the ball right now, right?
That's a testament to the character. You want the ball, you need the ball. The underclassmen are going to follow you. You've been in situations before like that. Mo wanted it at Maryland. Armwood wants it now. They know what these games mean.
55-49, free throw is good for Armwood. He now has 10 points, he's double digits. Second free throw is up and good. He's now 5 of 7 from the free throw line. 11 points, just like that. It's back to a 5-point game. Here comes the token full court pressure. We're gonna go a little diamond here. Armwood with Garino and Creek. Mike Lonigan wants the trap. Gets it to Esho now at the top. He's gonna back it out, and they'll reset. Trey Davis. Chaz Williams still not back in this game yet. Garino and Armwood looking to trap Davis out high. They're getting the trap. Now on the far side to Putney. He's trapped. The defense all over the place. Davis now at the top to the left side to Esho on the top of the key. 7 to shoot. Ball's loose. 6 to shoot. Esho lowers his shoulder. Another offensive foul. Look at DePriva in there right inside the free throw line. Draws the charge as Esho puts his shoulder down, and it's a turnover. And that brings us to a timeout.
DePriva doing what he does best. He's your utility guy. He's going to get the rebound. He's going to sacrifice his body. That's exactly what he did. Basketball IQ is high.
7:52 to go in the game. Don't go anywhere. UMass leading 55-50. You're listening to Colonial Basketball on 1500 AM. Some noise. They can sense it. This is quality basketball, folks. Both teams at 19-5. Colonials a game ahead of UMass in the A10. 7-3. UMass at 6-4. Both teams coming off of losses. This is exactly what we expected today, right?
Exactly. It's going to come down to that. Both teams.
And we're not done yet.
Oh, no. We got 7 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Joe McDonald walks the ball up. UMass falling back in a little bit of a zone. A little matchup here. A 1-2-2 matchup. Garino now at the top, looking for high post and Armwood. Garino now on the left side. He'll pull up, fade away. No good. Skying in for the tip is Armwood. That's the way to stay on the offensive glass, folks. 55-52. UMass leads it. 7:15 to go.
That's what you want from your senior.
Here comes Davis penetrating that 1-3-1 to Putney. Ball now back to Davis. Chaz Williams will check in at the next dead ball. Wow, Putney's going to step way out and shoot a three. McDonald skies, weak side rebound. Getting up. Now ahead to Garino. He'll attack. Hop step. Up underneath with the left hand. He goes under the basket. Somehow gets it to go. And it's a 1-point game. 55-54 UMass. Derek Kellogg wants a timeout. The Smith Center is on its feet.
I would want a timeout after that move Garino just made too. He hopped from the right hand to the jump stop and came and finished with the left. Beautiful. I like his long arm. Plus he's been sitting down, so he's kind of cold.
And he is. He's shading him right now. But Chaz Williams gets the basketball now. He'll back it out. 6:45 to go. High screen for Chaz Williams now on the right side to Trey Davis. He'll back it out. Garino all over the place at the top of this zone. Now to Williams. They're going to play back and forth. Trey Davis now far side to Carter. 10 to shoot. Williams, he'll launch a three from way out. Knows it's no good. Followed his own shot, but can't get there. Weak side rebound for Armwood. He knew that wasn't good the second he left his hand.
He knew it, but he knows he has to get that warm-up shot in. He's been sitting a while now, so he's trying to get his rhythm.
Here comes McDonald around the screen. Hesitation. Underneath to Garino. He comes up again underneath the basket. And the Colonials lead it. 56-55, approaching the 6-minute mark. Garino getting it done. He now has 20.
Sensational sophomore. Playing well IQ, and I love it.
This 1-3-1 wreaking havoc right now. In the corner for Derek Gordon. He goes up, whistle, buckets, good, and he'll go to the line. Good answer.
That was a good answer. That's the way to quiet the crowd. That's my old-fashioned. I wasn't too much of a three-point shooter. I could shoot it, but definitely an and one will quiet the crowd.
And you probably loved it after a situation like that too. After the home team takes the lead back, you come down and just dagger.
Oh yes, it's like don't get too happy. We still got fight left in us. Don't get too happy.
So Gordon goes to the line. 1 of 2 today. UMass only 4 of 11 from the line. I know we talked about this at half. They couldn't continue to shoot that poorly at the line. They're doing it.
It's hurting. Yeah, I mean the percentages speak for themselves.
Right.
You know, you see here you up 10. And then you lose the lead again. I mean, you're not going to the free throw line, but then again, you know, those points at the those freebies are what you need.
And now these are when they count anyway. And not that they always don't count, but crunch time.
And the pressure that is now been put on UMass and both teams is okay. GW's at home, but UMass went out there and they struggled a bit. They lost the game at I think it was at home, and now they got pressure here. How do you handle the pressure?
By missing the free throw. Gordon misses. They're now 4 of 12 from the line, but UMass has the lead back. Quickly to Garino. Hesitation to put the ball on the floor with his right hand. To Larson on the blocks. Nowhere to go. Just settle down. McDonald will back it out. Garino now on the left side in front of the GW bench. 18 to shoot, 5:30 to go in the game. 57-56. Garino between his legs on Gordon. Gets a screen. Back to Armwood. He'll go in with the left hand. That was layup. Doesn't go. Loose ball underneath. Garino comes up again with it under the bucket. Nope. Patted around again and put back in by Armwood.
That's your senior once again making a statement. Anything on those boards are mine, and I'm gonna make an effort for it. He's been everywhere.
And that offensive glass is all about effort.
It's all right. All those the little things, defense, offensive glass, loose balls are all effort.
Oh, Chaz Williams throws the alley-oop to Caddy Lalane, penetrating that zone. He throws it down with the right hand.
Hey, great court vision, penetration, the pass. That is him getting his team back into it.
Joe McDonald calling motion. He wants motion. Down by 1. Gonna come left side to Garino. Now on the blocks to Armwood. Thought about it cutting Garino. Nope. Armwood's gonna back it down. In the lane. Right hand. He got hit. No call. Back comes Chaz Williams. The ball quickly into his hands. He's so quick. Comes into the other side of the court. We'll back it out to Davis. To Williams. He'll try a 3. Back rim. No good. Loose ball out high. Chaz Williams somehow gets in and gets the rebound. And he has it taken away from Joe McDonald. And a whistle. McDonald's going to get called for the foul as he took the ball away from Chaz Williams, who made some contact.
That's GW. GW has their only stuff to look at for that one because they're giving up second chance shots. You know, first of all, they gave Williams a wide open 3. Yeah, that's a chance in itself. And then for them to get the second chance rebound, you know, you're asking to give them a bucket. This is, once again, this isn't a regular team. This is a top 25 team or just top 30 team if you want to ask it like that.
That's 4. Oh, Larson takes his seat, I'm sorry, with 4. Joe McDonald picks up his 3rd. So now Chaz Williams is at the line. He's 0 for 2 today. 74% free throw shooter. He missed again. He's now 0 for 3. And Armwood hands the ball off to Joe McDonald. You can tell these guys are tired.
Free throws are going to be key. Right now, UMass missed 2 free throws already. It could be a 3-point game.
Yep.
It's a 1-point game now.
Here comes McDonald.
They're leaving GW in it.
Right side, screen from Armwood. Stop, nowhere to go at the free throw line. Now to Creek. He'll attack. Nope, whistle out high, hand check out high. Foul, so Maurice Creek's going to go to the free throw line. That foul's going to be on Trey Davis. But that's first going to bring us to our final media timeout of the day. Under 4 to go. 3:58 to be exact. UMass 59, GW 58. You're listening to Colonial Basketball on 1500 AM. .58 UMass leads GW, 3:58 to go towards Wallace. Chris Monroe here courtside in front of a sold-out Smith Center crowd. Maurice Creek will go to the line. And Chris, GW is led, or UMass is led by 11 in this game. They've also led by 10 the first half, 11 in the second half. The resiliency of this Colonial basketball team, not to go anywhere. They keep fighting back. And we mentioned how, as Creek misses the first free throw, that this team knows they're never out of a game, especially here at home. They know they can do it. They've been there before. They've got 19 wins, and they know that there's still time. There's always time to go, always time in the game.
And the reason they know that is because they are not dependent on one person on the floor. They have different aspects that all step up. You got Garino, you got Mo Creek, you got Lawson, you got Armwood, and you got Joe McDonald, and then you got guys that come off issues. So everybody knows they're a part of it. As you see now, the game is close and they're still communicating.
Free throw is good, and we're tied at 59. Chaz Williams trying to go against this 1-3-1. Maurice Creek tips it back into his hand. Now Maurice Creek knocks it out of his hands into Patricio Garino's hands. He's going to go one-on-one with Gordon. Contact, no call. Garino hits the floor. Ball into Chaz Williams' hand back the other way. Davis will stop and pop from three. No good. A whistle on Maurice Creek, and Davis will shoot 3 free throws.
That's a difficult one right there. Well, I mean, it could hurt because UMass isn't shooting the ball, you know, the free throws too well, so it could work out in GW favor, but that's a tough one to foul a three-point shooter.
And Mike Lonigan just got a warning, a bench warning for GW. Now both sides have bench warnings on them. You go from one end where Garino was attacking Davis, Gordon I should say, trying to go one-on-one, hits the floor to the other way, and 3 free throws as Davis hits the first.
And that's just basically both coaches, both teams know how important this game is. This is a statement-making game, you know? Both of them coming off loss. They know how much this means.
Second free throw from Davis is good. As UMass had missed 2 straight front ends of 1-and-1s. And now Davis coming back, hitting them when they count. He's hit 2 now. Third free throw in and out, no good. So a 2-point lead for UMass. 3:25 to go. Colonials going right to left. Here comes Joe McDonald crossing the timeline. Call in motion. Now to Creek at the top. To Kevin Larson. Isaiah Armwood running that baseline underneath. Setting screens. Here he comes now on the left side. The left elbow. Armwood. You can tell he wants to clear out and do some one-on-one damage.
It's tough, man. They're doing it in the flex offense.
And they're trying to lob it back door to Garino. It doesn't go. Loose ball out of bounds. And 2 UMass players hug each other out of bounds, and they're yelling at each other because the ball will stay UMass. Creek will, ball will stay GW. I'm sorry. Vickers will have to come in. Creek takes the seat.
GW's looking for some shooting. They need some shooting from the outside.
Here comes McDonald to inbound to Mikic. There's your jumper off the screen. Shot doesn't go. Rebound, of course, by Chaz Williams. Who else would get the rebound? Back the other way. To Gordon. Up, under, shot doesn't go. Far side, loose ball. Joe McDonald rips it somehow away from Carter. And he's mauled. No call. Here comes Mikic into the front court. He's going to stop and pop from 3, isn't he? Nope. Thought about it. Smart. You're right. Smart backs it out to McDonald. 2-point game, 61-59. 2:26 to go. McDonald will call the offensive set. Here comes a high screen from Kevin Larson. He's going to get it. Go to the left. There's the roll. Larson thought about a free throw jumper. Now gets it on the far side. Up and on to Garino. Shot doesn't go. Putney rebound on the far side for UMass. And then throws it away into the hands of Joe McDonald. Hesitation. Up with the left hand. The shot doesn't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Heads up play from Joe McDonald as they forced the turnover. He realized he had a hesitation there, but went right at the glass.
Smart move. Now he's at the free throw line, and here's the time to knock it down. These are the keys. Again, free throw percentage. You're under 3 minutes in the game. Free throws are the most important.
He is today what? 1 of 2.
1 of 2, yeah.
Colonial's 11 of 17. This is the time. The sophomore needs to knock these down. And you know, Joe McDonald's been playing with that hip injury all year. He's gutting it out. As that ball hits every part of the rim and falls.
The rim is kind. You want to call it
well, you should be. It's his gym, right? You're supposed to get those in here, aren't you?
Yeah, you definitely are. Now you're talking to the rim afterwards.
Right. 61-60. McDonald second free throw. Short. Left it short. You can tell that's not. And Mike Lonigan stops his foot right here next to us as they're leaving it short. 61-60. What do you think of this? Isaiah Armwood now on the top of the zone.
He's long arm. Yeah, you want that guy out there.
Trying to keep Chaz Williams out. Don't reach though. Williams now to Davis in front of the UMass bench, keeping him way out. Williams, he gets a penetration. Bounce pass underneath. Ball taken away by Garino, but a foul. You got a foul underneath. It's going to be on Joe McDonald. That's going to be 4 on Joe McDonald. So is that going to be Williams going to line for 2? Or no, is it going to be Putney?
Nah, Williams passed it off, so I think, yeah, it's Putney.
Putney?
Yeah.
Crowd does not like it. 1:46 to go in the game. UMass leading 61-60. And now crucial free throws for Putney as he go to the line. His first trip there today. He is a 74% free throw shooter. Short. Now you're seeing these free throws short. This has been a physical game. Is this all legs or is this still mental?
It's not legs. It has nothing to do with legs. Right. Everything with a free throw comes down to mental.
Okay.
You know, it's all your psychology of the thing. The free throws here at the free throw line, he's under pressure. He's like, this point is a difference maker for us, you know?
Putney's second free throw is good, and now Nemanja Mikic will come in for Kevin Larson.
You know, and it works.
A little offense here.
The tricky thing about free throws, it works both ways. When you're an away guy, it doesn't really affect you more. But I know shooters who shoot free throws better away from home than they do at home. The reason being, you got all your fans, 5,000 fans looking at you like, you should make this.
Here comes now Garino. Right in front of us to Creek at the top. Trying to come off the screen. Trying to get free for a 3. 22 to shoot. Garino now will back it out. He'll run the offense. He takes a glance at the shot clock. 17 to shoot. Screen from Armwood. He's going to go left side. Now to Armwood at the top. Hesitation, puts it on the floor. Somehow leans in and doesn't get it to go off the back of the glass into Putney's hand. And he looks like he's kicked in the face by Garino. As Garino came back down, looked like he was kicked in the face. No foul call. It was inadvertent. Putney now at center court. Left hand on his face. He's in some pain.
Yeah, he's definitely in some pain. You can see it.
And now we go offense, defense. Here comes Larson back in for Mikic.
Fouls don't matter for Larson right now. Even though this game could go into overtime, the fouls are not really that important right now. You need the rebounds, and he's GW's leading rebounder.
So you want Larson in there with 4 right now? Doesn't matter.
I want him in the game. Right? I got to have him in the game. I need him for the rebound. I don't want UMass getting any kind of second chance shots.
All right, Davis now will go way back to get the basketball. He's going to ride Garino. Garino's going to ride him, I should say, up the court. Now he gets it to Williams. Still in the 1-3-1. Williams going to be trapped by Garino and McDonald. Gets it to Carter. Now back up to Gordon. We're under a minute. Chaz Williams, free throw line. Oh, he should have shot the ball, but he throws it away to Lane out of bounds. Lane was expecting to shoot it, wasn't he?
He definitely was. I mean, he's in the lane. He's like, listen, you're our go-to guy. I mean, it's underneath a minute. I'd rather you do that pull-up than you try to squeeze that pass in there to me.
Spot inbounds for Mikic, who checks back in now for Larson. 62-60, UMass leading it. 54 seconds to go. Mike Lonigan calling up the screen to Joe McDonald. Let's see if we get somebody free on the screen over here. What do you think? Here comes Creek. Crowd rising to his feet. Everybody on their feet. Garino loses the ball out of bounds. It's knocked out by Chaz Williams. It stays Colonial basketball with 20 to shoot.
I wouldn't mind to see GW go inside now. Even though they've been forcing it, it hasn't been working. I wouldn't mind because I would like to see him go to free throw line here.
2-point game. McDonald will inbound to Creek, to Armwood, on the far side. Puts the ball on the floor with the left hand. In the lane. Runner, no good. Gets the loose ball, rebound in the paint. Whistle underneath. What's the call? Foul's going to be on 25. Foul's going to be on Caddy Lane, and that will send Armwood to the line. So you're getting your wish here. They went inside of the inbounds, and why not? Armwood's been successful inside today when he clears his teammates out and he goes one-on-one. Let's see what he can do, right?
Definitely, and I mean, as a coach, you wouldn't want it any other way. You want your senior with experience on a free throw line when the game's tight.
So here we go. Armwood now at the line. He's 5 of 7 today. First free throw is up and good. 62-61. Armwood now with 16 points on the day. Larson still in the game for the defense. Here comes Gordon, takes the seat actually for UMass, and Trey Davis back in the game.
Now the question is if Armwood makes this next shot, what does UMass do? UMass needs to control the time because right now they can hold it for the 30.
35 seconds on the second free throw in and out. Does not go. There's maybe a 0.2-second differential on the shot and game clock. We're at 29 seconds. They cross the timeline. Garino is forced to foul Davis. Shot clock is now off with 27.4 to go. UMass at the line, up by 1.
That's a tough foul call. I mean, it's physical aspect, and Garino didn't have any hands on him.
No,
so
it's just
he had his hands up riding them both, you know. So, question.
Davis now will go to the line. He's 2 of 4 today. Crowd going to make some noise.
This is the psychology aspect.
First free throw, he steps up and sinks it. You've got the students under there in their togas or whatever they're doing under the basket.
That's a distraction in itself.
Right? I mean, I'm distracted. Here comes Davis. Second free throw is good. So nails them both. 64-61, 27.4 to go. Do you go straight at the basket here? You go right to the basket?
I go straight at the basket, and I try to get a quick layup as fast as possible. Worst case scenario, you get one of your shooters open for a three, but you don't aim for that.
Here comes full court man-to-man to McDonald.
I would want to push it faster than what McDonald's doing. I would untech that basket.
They have 2 timeouts left, 20 seconds to go. McDonald sees the spot. He's going to pull up at the jumper, back of the rim, no good. Rebound on the near side now by Samson Carter, and they're forced to foul. Did you like that shot? I don't know if I like that shot.
I don't like that shot because, I mean, you took too long to get up the floor to get that shot. If you were going to get that shot, I'd rather you do that in a faster pace. You got to attack the basket, get him to create. You're one-on-one right at that point in time. You should be able to get past Williams.
64-61, 15 ticks left. So now Carter's going to go to the line. Samson Carter, 1 of 4. He's got 19 points, but he's 1 of 4 today. UMass still 9 of 20 from the line. They need him to miss here. Carter's a 74% free throw shooter. He's at the line for 2. Dribbles it with the right hand. Bends his knees. Fires. First free throw is good. That's a big one because now it's a 2-possession game. 4-point game with 15 seconds to go. 65-61. Carter, second free throw is up and no good. Armwood into his hands quickly. Oh, and he turned it over. Chaz Williams. He turns it over. Chaz Williams attacks the basket. Armwood fouls him. He turned it over. Armwood tried to get it to Joe McDonald, and they turn it over.
That was a good read by the senior and Williams, and that's exactly why you saved him for the second half. When you're winning in the first half, as UMass was, you saved him for his energy. That took energy. That took a state of mind to read that play the way he did to get that steal at the time he did.
So now Chaz Williams at the line trying to make this. He missed the free throw, so it's still a 4-point game with 10.8 to go.
GW needs to basically release some of the players off the free throw line now because UMass has nobody on the free throw line. Mo Creek needs to come off the line to get to the 3-point line and spot up as soon as possible.
Williams hits the second free throw, so Cartagena will check in now for Larson. You get a shooter in the game now, and Larson comes out. Mike Lonigan calling the play from the sideline here. 5-point game. They roll it into Garino, picks it up quickly with 10 seconds to go. We're going to have to stop quickly now to Armwood at the top of the key. He'll pull up from 3. That's back of the rim, doesn't go. Loose ball underneath out of bounds. It'll be UMass basketball. And Mike Lonigan's going to call a timeout. 66-61 with 3 seconds to go.
That's a tough situation to have your big shoot that 3, and he shouldn't even have been in a position to shoot the 3. You needed to have your shooters out there in the right positions.
Garino brought the ball up. Is that a situation you want to see McDonald bring it up, maybe get Creek or Garino coming off the screen, right?
I would rather see that situation and didn't have Garino, because Garino's one of the shooters as well. And if I got Mo Creed out there, I got Garino, I would want one of those to shoot it before Armwood would. Especially when you could have fouled and put him on the line and hope for a Hail Mary.
Right. 3.1 to go. 66-61. UMass in control here. And looks like they're going to win number 20 on the year and send the Colonials their first home court loss of the season. They'll fall to 12-1. And UMass will go to 7-4 in the A10. GW will fall to 7-4. UMass basketball underneath the basket. Carter will inbound the ball. On the far side to Putney. And a quick whistle with 1.2 to go. So we'll have free throws on the other end. And this one all but over. 66-61. Big win for UMass coming in here off a loss at home, huh?
And it's exactly what they need. Who knows what this motivates them to do to finish out the rest of the conference, the second half of the conference. But this is a learning lesson for GW, you know? I mean, when you ride the winning streak the way you are, to come in here and I mean, like I said, you couldn't see any fear in GW's eyes, and there wasn't no back down in them.
Not at all, right?
So, I mean, they came in here with confidence, but sometimes, when they took the time to fight back, they went down again and they fought back, but they wasted, the energy wasted on that fight. Hurt them.
Putney missed the front end of the free throw. So UMass is going to go to 20-5, 7-4 in the A10. GW is going to fall to 9-6, 7-4 in the A10 as Putney's second free throw is good. 67-61 with 1.2 to go. And Capriva will check in the ball game with 1.2 to go. Maurice Creek will have a seat. A tough one here at home in front of a sellout crowd, a raucous atmosphere, and Garino will just run the clock out. 0-0. This one's over. 67-61. UMass wins it. Coaches will shake hands. Players will shake hands. Heck of a basketball game here today. Exactly what we expected. UMass went up 10 in the first half, and then 11 in the second half. You mentioned it. No fear in the Colonials' eyes whatsoever. They kept fighting, just too much UMass on this side.
I mean, UMass came and they came ready to play. They had a statement to make. You know, they lost one at home, and that's worse. When you lose one at home, like I'm sure when GW goes and plays the next game, you don't want to face GW after losing one at home. Right. You know, it's one of those things where they just, you know, the motivation. They had more. I mean, it's tough to say who had more what, because it came down to, you know, a few possessions. Free throw by Onward, or whatever you want to call it. It came down to that.